All right. Our next question comes from Susanne, and it's about how to create connections for larger groups. She says it's easier if you have smaller groups, like less than 10, but how do you tackle togetherness and connection with larger groups? Again, a really great question. And in my virtual facilitator training, I have one session dedicated to exactly that. How do we scale connections when the groups are larger? So let's put on 2 minutes and see if I can get this answer done. So number one, and this is mainly if you're using things like Zoom, if you're using Butter, where you have breakout rooms. Breakout rooms are just the magical tool that will help you scale connections, because in smaller groups, of course, people will feel more connected. If you follow the work of Amy Edmondson and have learned about psychological safety, she talks about how when you do something in a smaller group, you actually get more confidence, you're more likely to share because you feel more safe to speak up. And that even translates, bringing it back to the main larger group. So using breakout rooms as often as possible for larger groups is my number one tip. I actually have the kind of rule of thumb to have at least a breakout room activity every 30 to 45 minutes. So if you're thinking of, let's say, a 90-minute session, you want to do like 2 to 3 breakout rooms minimum. The other thing, if you can't use breakout rooms, but you have videos on for participants, I love asking people to bring in and hold up different objects. And the one thing that happens often is 2 people will pick up kind of the same object. Let's say they pick up a water bottle, and maybe you even see a sticker that resonates with you that is on here. And you make a visual connection with the other person. I know it's not as strong as actually having a conversation, but at least visually, it's these visual conversation starters that help us connect with each other. Just think of the time where maybe you wear a t-shirt with your favorite band on it, and you attend an in-person event, and somebody else who's a big fan of that band will just start a conversation with you because they see that visual thing that makes them go like, ooh, there's something I can talk about. That's also a reason why I love real backgrounds, like all of this behind me is real rather than virtual backgrounds, because they're just conversation starters and we can visually connect with each other a bit more that way. Let me know how that resonates. If you have any follow-up questions, post below.